Hey, look! It just came out! Hey, look at that!
I love it!
And we are back with another exciting episode of After Hours. Of course, I am Dave Palumbo, and we are joined. We could actually have a good show today. We got John Romano, John Bravo, Greg Valentino, and we have Jimmy the Bull in the back seat of a car with Lee Priest on his way to the Dragon's Lair in Las Vegas. They're driving from LA to Las Vegas to see Flex Lewis. I can't believe it, Jimmy. I've never seen you smile this much. Unmute him.
He's muted.
He's muted.
He's working on it.
Oh, I thought you muted him.
Hey,
oh, there
you
he
see
is.
me?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I said I've never seen you laugh this much and smile this much.
I gotta say, even when I sleep at night, it's like stuck. You know, I'm laying in bed. I've been fucking laughing for 3 fucking days over here. My cheeks hurt. 4.
So who are you in the car with?
I can't hear what?
Who are you in the car with?
We got Mr. Don driving. And we got Matthew in the back seat here with me.
Okay.
And we got Mr. Lee, sunburned as fuck up front.
Now, Lee, you were inducted yesterday into the Muscle Beach Hall of Fame, correct?
Yes, I was abducted into the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
You were abducted?
John Balick gave a very nice speech, Jimmy said to me.
I gave a very speech. I only used the word dickhead once and said fuck now and then, but you know.
No, Lee, you're not hearing me right. I didn't say your speech was very good. I said John Balick's speech was very good.
Oh, John Balick.
Yours was terrible,
nice
actually.
speech.
Yeah, your acceptance speech was terrible.
Oh yeah, I ruined it after that.
Lee's like, I don't deserve to be up here. I'm just another dickhead from the fucking street.
I was almost going to say I want to thank all you cunts for coming out, but I sort of cut that bit out.
There were children, Lee, at Muscle Beach there watching the whole thing. You know?
As fairness, the children have heard much worse.
Lee, who gave you the award? Sean Ray?
John Bailey. But here's a thing, right? I was talking to Joe Wheatley that puts it on. And this is the last award that's given out for the Hall of Fame for Venice Beach.
Oh, really?
And it came down to me and Sean Ray for this award.
Oh.
And Joe Wheatley was telling me before I left that because I won and got the most votes and Sean didn't win, Sean Ray called him up, abusing the fuck out of him, saying, I'm a better bodybuilder than Lee Priest. This is fucking bullshit. Like Sean Ray lost his shit because I got this award and he didn't.
I got a funnier story that and Lee and I haven't even talked. So Sean had just texted me out of nowhere the other day, and just I don't know, sending me videos where I was bashing him or something like that, and just wrote something. And then I said, I didn't even know, Lee, this happened. I said, are you going to the Lee Priest Muscle Beach Hall of Fame induction tomorrow? Like as a joke, but I didn't even know that he was one of the candidates. So he wrote to me, him getting inducted is like you getting a Lifetime Achievement Award trying to get your pro card or something like that. I didn't realize why he was so jealous of it. It was because...
Wait, who said that?
Sean Ray. So he obviously was very jealous that Lee got picked over him. I didn't even know that. You know,
poor Sean.
Sean's not on there?
Not only does Sean have a small cock, he's got a small ego. Poor little baby. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. BLM, Sean. BLM. Stay black, brother.
Why, Lee, why is this the last year they're doing this?
I think they've run out of room there. There's no more room for the plaques, and they're just not going to do it anymore. So I got the final one.
Who got the first one, by the way? Is there another? Does anyone know?
I'd have to look and find out. But I know there's quite a few down, like Eddie Giuliani's there, Samir's there, John Balick's got one. John Balick also looks good. He's 80 now too. So
he really 80.
Aaron Baker was there. Mike O'Hearn was there. Rico was there. I'll let Jimmy talk though, because Jimmy, hey, I bet he's going to tell you how much I've made him walk. He's going to bitch and complain and blah, 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 blah. I can't believe I got to walk here. Like, blah, 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 blah. But I'll let Jimmy tell the story because I'm sure he's going to exaggerate it.
I'm not going to exaggerate anything.
Oh, it's not.
I sent Tyler the chart, so Matthew here,
Oh, that's what he said.
showed how to mark your steps. Well, Lee?
How many steps did you go?
He did 5. He's bragging about 5,000 steps.
You did 5,000 steps?
That's like a morning for us, dude.
Yeah. I do that like going to take my kids to the sidewalk to take the garbage out.
I wanted to. Well, Lee tortured me, so I sent Tyler the chart because it shows me in New York, and then the 2 days I was with Lee.
What were the
it
2
looked
days?
like the fucking Twin Towers against Queens. You know what I mean? Does Tyler have the chart?
He's looking. He's looking. Hold on. He's looking.
He's got to put it up because.
Are you very sore from all the walking?
Sore?
Yeah.
Matt's calling me fucking Frankenstein when I walk. They were making fun of me because I actually said hello to Frankenstein at Universal Studios.
I saw that picture.
Matt was like, because you walk like fucking Frankenstein. Yeah, well, they fucking Lee tortured me for fucking 3 days over here.
His Instagram. Look at the Frankenstein picture.
Walking. He's like the ever-ready battery, man. The bunny, he just keeps going and going. I kept falling
He's
behind.
like 12 years old when he gets to these amusement parks, Jimmy. You know that. He loves this stuff. Lee is like a kid unleashed.
Yeah.
I told my wife I should have sent my son Logan over there to hang out with him.
Look.
So what were the high days?
Like
How
the
many
Twin
steps?
Towers.
Now listen, the four little ones in the front.
Yeah, he did like 13,000 on
13,000. Big deal. My wife does 18,000 every day. Chasing the kids.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Look, I'm talking about the four little things in the front of the chart. That's me home in New York. All right?
No, I know, but the high ones, Jimmy, are only like 12,000 steps. That's not a lot.
It is for Jimmy.
For you it is, because you don't do anything.
I did that like a few hours. That fucking thing. Warm up.
That's because you drive a truck all day, so you don't have any steps. You're supposed to do 10,000 steps a day, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah.
That's what they say, right, John? To be healthy, 10,000 steps a day.
10,000 steps a day. Yep.
Where the fuck you gonna do that?
you got to walk around and do some exercise.
Somebody from New York, somebody from fucking New York can't do 10,000 steps a day. Are you kidding me right now? I do 1,000 steps going back and forth to the bathroom. Right. Come on.
At night.
Come on, give Jimmy some fucking credit. He's normally walking 10 steps a day. He's on to 10,000. And all he can do is put shit on him. You just walk every day. Jimmy doesn't walk every day. It's his first time fucking walking. Give him some credit.
So
you got some asshole friends, Jimmy.
So listen, the thing is, in New York, I'm in the dump trailer. I get out, I go to 7-Eleven. I take maybe 15 steps to 7-Eleven. I get back in the truck. I go down the road. I get out of the truck. I take a leak on the fucking tire. I get back in the fucking truck. I go down the road. I get out to unlock my fucking. I don't walk.
So what is this? Hold on. What is this vacation telling you? You're in terrible shape, basically. I'm
fucking really out of shape, man. I mean, I'm crippled. I mean, Lee kept walking to university, kept walking. I'm like, shit, when is he going to stop?
Lee walks like 2 hours a day. I see him. He shows me videos. He goes and walks on the shore over there.
I was holding out the benches and palm trees and shit. And then I look up ahead of Lee, and Lee's like fucking like 500 yards ahead of me, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna catch up.
Hold on, John. Do you notice something about Jimmy though?
He looks very LA.
No, but he hasn't gotten angry about anything. He has no anger in him anymore.
He's been smiling nonstop.
Zero anger. Zero.
If he died right now, the mortician would need a crowbar to get that freaking smile.
You have no anger in you, Jimmy. You're not the angry bully.
He must be smoking the good.
No, wait. You want to see him get mad, Jimmy? Well, talk about the tent city around Gold's.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, John. We went to the firehouse yesterday, right, Lee? Yeah. And I really didn't even recognize the firehouse like I did back in the day.
Lee had a bodybuilder breakfast. Jimmy had a donut and coffee. Like he was in 7-Eleven.
No, you went next door to the Rose Cafe and got a croissant.
Dude, I used to eat the Rose Cafe all the time. Holy
Listen,
that shit's
I
been
was
there
looking for
forever.
a fucking hot dog all fucking day.
You can't find a hot dog in California. You kidding me? They're banned from there.
Avocado
Hey,
hot
we
dog.
can't. We
You
didn't
might
even
get a
eat-
tuna burger or something like that there.
A tuna burger. Oh,
Or tofu avocado
Yes,
toast.
exactly.
that's the Rose Cafe.
Yeah,
Sprouts
you're right,
on it.
Greg.
That's the Rose Cafe.
Can I speak to you in a second? So we're in the Universal Studios. We're walking. It's fucking hot. Thousands of fucking people, right? And I tell Lee, I said, Lee, I need a hot dog. I need something, right? So every time we went somewhere to go get a bite, there was like 90 fucking people online. You can't even eat, right? So we finally find this little fucking stand that gave us a fruit cut, like a fruit, watermelon and
It was like $25.
Yo, it was expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And then I got the cup and my hand was shaking like this because I didn't eat for fucking hours. My hand was shaking. I was trying to eat the fucking cantaloupe and I downed a half a beer. And then we continued. And then we went on that.
Where'd
Beer.
you find half the beer?
What was the beer
The
price?
other half.
Yeah, I tell you, you know why?
I'll bet it was $15 for that beer.
The fruit and the beer was $15 fucking dollars.
That's cheap. I thought it would be more than that.
Yeah, I thought it would be one of each. Yeah. We thought it was
So then Lee wanted to throw the baseballs at the little fucking monkey on the shelf. And they wanted $18 for 6 fucking balls, right? So he was standing there for an hour watching the game. I said, Lee, just buy the fucking balls, throw the fucking balls in there. Let's get the fuck out of here. Right? I said, I'll buy the little fucking bear. It's almost $20. It's a little shit little fucking bear, But anyway, it was funny. So we left.
I was going to win it for you to sleep with, you cunt.
He was gonna win it. So then he says, come on, we're going to go on the Terminator ride. Or what the fucking ride was that with the
Transformers?
The Transformers, right? So we're online for a fucking hour. Inside like this fucking prison made this thing look like
let me just say, the line was an hour, but being in line with Jimmy, it felt like fucking 5.
I don't think I have the patience to stand on the line for an hour for anything, pretty much.
I got to say something, Dave. I enjoyed the park, but I'm going to tell you right now, man, waiting, man. Holy, it's just...
You know what it was? It was Memorial Day weekend. That's why it was probably so bad.
Too. By the way, Dave, did you just take a selfie?
No.
I saw you. I swear to
He
God, I
shared
saw you
this
take
with
a
me.
selfie.
I was trying to share the Jimmy's Instagram with Tyler. Pull up the Frankenstein one.
It looked like you were taking a selfie. Yeah,
There's his Muscle Beach thing.
Where?
Where's your
I
Frankenstein?
thought it was a dumbbell.
That
on
was
the
Lee's
side of
award.
the-
Oh, maybe it's on Lee's page.
I thought it was a dumbbell on the side of the bricks, isn't it?
It is. That's what it is, yeah.
You're so beautiful here, Jimmy.
Look at those angel
Wow,
wings.
look at Jimmy.
Jimmy's
So
an
majestic.
angel.
Jimmy, I heard you had a debate with the space crew of some space guys there.
Oh no, did he?
Jimmy, that looked very nice.
Lee wanted me to take that picture.
I'll bet he
The
did.
wings. Lee made me do a lot of shit this weekend.
What happened with the space guys? The guys who work for NASA that you had a
Jimmy,
dispute
don't
with.
talk about that. Don't talk about the stuff I made you do. That's private, okay? Jimmy. You asshole.
Jimmy, didn't you have a flat Earth argument with the space NASA's guys there?
Yeah, so anyway, we're walking around the military expo, and then Lee calls me. He says, Jimmy, come here. And I go over there because, he's always leaving me behind. So I run up to him, and I get up to this table, and it's the space, what was it, Lee? The Space
Force.
Space Force, right?
I got you a badge even.
Yeah, so Lee bought me a fucking badge. Right? So I start going at the guy because there's actually guys there that, they say that they protect the satellites and the International Space Station. They said they don't really protect that, but mostly the satellites and the equipment that's floating around in space. So I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, do you actually go into space, like with spacesuits and guns and shit, like you protect the satellites? He goes, well, we really don't kind of. I said, well, do you or don't you? I said, this is Space Force. I want to know if you guys actually go up and do your thing in the suits and shit. And he goes, no, we really don't do that. I go, well, then what do you do? He goes, well, we launched this camera up there, and we keep an eye on it. What do you say? Yeah, right. He goes, we launched this camera with this rocket with a camera on it, and we just kind of keep an eye on things with the laptop. I said, that's fucking Space Force. So you're telling me you launched a fucking rocket up there when it's some kind of bullshit camera, and you're looking at the satellites?
No, they're looking at us.
So you're arguing with the NASA guys that that's flat Earth.
Me, man. Huh?
So you're arguing with the NASA guys who actually protect us and launch the satellites that they're not really up there. Is that what you're telling them? I think we lost them. They must be in the desert, John, now.
That's what happens when you drive. You go in and out.
Well, they're going to Vegas. I was going to ask him about that next.
You know what's interesting? I was just talking to Flex, and he thinks they turned around and weren't coming because the traffic was too bad.
Oh, no way. He better not leave his gym. They're on their way,
I told him they're on the way.
There shouldn't be traffic today because Memorial Day, they clear it up usually on Monday.
Yeah.
You would think, right?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, this is LA. Everybody's working from home now. So
they got to be out of LA by now,
They're
John,
working
don't you
from
think?
their tent.
Right, their tent.
They've been driving for 2 hours. They got to be out of LA.
Dude, you know what they're doing with that Space Force? They're watching us. They're not. They shoot that satellite up there not to watch space. They're watching our asses.
And Greg is 100% right.
Yep.
They're watching our asses. They don't give a shit about anything else.
Yeah.
They're watching us.
Yeah, well, it was nice that Lee got that award, and I'm glad that he got the last award. That's something that people will remember. If you get the second to last award.
Why did they do that? Because they ran out of bricks, or what?
I guess they probably ran out of money. They didn't even. I think Lee flew himself out there. He had to pay for his own.
He did, and he paid for Jimmy's ticket too,
which was very nice of him. I thought.
Very generous, very nice.
That was Jimmy needed that vacation really bad. Matter of fact, Jimmy was supposed to go back
you
today.
See the difference in him? He looks like a new man. My God.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, he has to be smoking the California weed. That smile. Does he smoke or?
Lee doesn't smoke, so I can't see Jimmy smoking.
No, you know what it is? He's like Dave said before. He's a kid in a candy shop. He's out there. Him and Lee likes all that, that stuff, and he likes all that. They're like two kids. Like, oh my God, let's go on that ride. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's play that game. That's what they're like.
Pull up Lee's Instagram. If you look at Lee's Instagram, you can see he took pictures with everyone. Charles Glass, Mike O'Hearn, and Jimmy knows everyone out there too. Jimmy knows all the players out there. They saw Rico. They saw who else did they see?
Jimmy's still a legend out there. I mean, they all remember him.
And you know what? They were getting recognized in the park a lot. Oh, there's Samir. People were stopping them in the park, telling them, "Hey, you guys are on RxMuscle. We watch you guys." And Jimmy loves that,
Yeah, Lee looks amazing. He put a video up against with the Transformer in the backdrop, like he was going taking pictures with him, and he looks great.
There's actually a video of him in the Transformer if Tyler goes down enough.
So Lee's got a picture of him in a tranny?
There it is.
Pretty much.
Shit, look at that.
Yeah.
He was actually fucking with Lee a little bit too, and Lee was like a little intimidated by the whole thing. I thought he was going to respond back.
Wait, are those robots or are those humans inside?
I think they're robots. I don't see it. Where would they hide the human in there?
Yeah,
that's a human.
That's human.
No, I don't think so.
The costume, I'm telling you.
Robotics don't do that yet.
I don't know, John.
Those are skinny motherfuckers if they are human. How do you fit
They're
in
very tall, unless they're on stilts or something.
For sure.
They don't. You know how much a robot would cost that moves like that?
Yeah, come on.
Can you imagine having to do that every single day, John? Dress up in that thing, that hot costume, and walk
That's what I was going to say, dude. Imagine being in the sun with all that fucking shit on you.
Oh my God!
Wow, look at that! Holy shit!
Yeah, Lee got himself into good shape. Did a good transformation.
Boy, I'll say.
But I told him he's got to get spray tanned or something like that because he's white as a freaking ghost.
Or fill in the space between the tattoos.
Exactly.
He looks grainy as hell.
He said people were coming up to him in the park and telling him that they thought he was Popeye. Like, you know how they have people dressed up in the park? They thought he was like one of the amusements there where they...
Oh, that's funny. Imagine a little kid running up to him. Can I get my picture taken with you, Popeye?
You know what's amazing?
And Jimmy's olive oil.
Go down right where they are. I used to go there every single day for 20 fucking years. Every day, right? That whole strip. I'd ride my bike.
I love it. I love that strip. It's great.
Oh, man. That brings back such memories.
I stayed, John. You remember the Venice Suites the Marina Pacifica. The Venice Suites are right on the Strip, where you literally walk out the front door and you're right there.
On the sand. Yep.
I stayed there. There's no air conditioning in that hotel, but you put the fan on at night, you open the windows, and it's like a little bungalow suite. And Chris Minnis used to work there, and he used to get me rooms there really cheap. And I would go there, and people were like, "Why are you staying in such a crappy hotel?" I said, "Because I want to be right there. I want to walk out onto the Strip." It was phenomenal,
It was.
I stayed for months. I lived in Long Beach for a while. I used to travel every day to Gold's Gym. But I also fucking stayed in the Santa Monica Bay Inn for forever, too. The hotel over there.
Was that a shithole?
I got some fucking crazy stories at that place.
Was that like a prostitute place, drug place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was whores in and out of there.
You must have loved it. You loved it there.
Wait, was there trans?
When I lived there was still that little seedy element of
Oh, dude, yeah, hell yeah.
Now it's all gone, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what? When I was out there a couple months ago filming that thing for HBO, and I stayed right on the beach in Venice, nice. right like maybe 50 yards north of Washington Boulevard.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know you were that close.
Yeah, right there. And and it was still COVID. Everybody had masks and shit on, but it was so much more intensified there. Everybody was scared shitless of their own shadow.
Oh, really?
The level of fear was way overdone.
It's California. That's why.
Yeah, man. And you can just.
John, is the Venice Noodle Factory? Do you remember that? The Venice Noodle Factory. They used to have all you can eat and shit like that. I used to go there all the time because when you're poor, I was living out there. I was poor.
Remember the Swedish smorgasbord up the hill towards.
Oh my God, the fucking smorgasbord. I used to actually sit in there for hours.
And the funny thing was, all you could eat places, they'd see us coming and they go, get away, bodybuilders are going to eat us out of house and home. The Swedish place, come in, eat.
I had never been to a place like that when I first got there. I was like, look at this shit. You could just keep going. It's funny because back then we called it a smorgasbord. Today it's a buffet. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's the Swedish word, right? Smorgasbord.
It is the Swedish because we all used to call it.
We called it a smorgasbord.
Right.
We didn't call it a buffet. But
because the Swedish word for buffet is smorgasbord. They invented that's their word. That's what.
So we either used to call it either one. We used to call it the Swedish place or the smorgasbord. But every bodybuilder in Venice, every single one of them ate there.
Everybody.
Yep.
It was like back in the 90s, I used to go to this place in Manhattan. It was an all-you-can-eat sushi place. There were none. There was not. That wasn't a concept. It was this one place, and every Friday or Saturday night, I'd go there. Every single week, I'd never miss a week, and there would always be a million bodybuilders in there. And I spread the word so much. I even used to see Steve Weinberger there, going there. And
dude,
it was an hour ride from the city, I'm from Long Island, but people went there because if you like sushi, where else can you go and eat as much as you want, pretty much?
I'd never
like $19.
My friend caught a tapeworm from that shit. If you fucking knew the story, he had like 8 feet of worm.
I don't want to hear it.
But
I still eat sushi. I don't want to hear it.
I eat it anytime, man. I love sushi.
Now, did you hear Clint Eastwood just turned 92? Can you believe it?
Wow.
God bless him.
And he's still making movies too.
Actually, Johnny Bravo, your hair is very similar. Did you use Clint Eastwood as your prototype when you decided to do that hairdo?
I loved his acting was tremendous. Elvis was my inspiration.
Elvis, of course, he looks like Elvis.
Not the Johnny Bravo cartoon, the guy with the yellow background.
You know what's crazy is I never even watched that cartoon, but when I was growing up and I started lifting, right? My upper body grew, but my legs stayed skinny. They're still skinny now. Yeah. So people started calling me because my hair, Johnny Bravo. I never even watched a cartoon, but then I saw like the little symbol, and I was like, I get it now. So that's why I called myself that name, was because of that. But I never watched the show. But everyone was
like, because you're young, and that was like when you were young.
Yeah.
I remember Johnny Bravo.
Do you think that Clint Eastwood still like does he have dementia, or is he like pretty coherent?
Yeah, he still produces movies and stuff.
Is he still? Are you sure at 92? I thought he retired.
My friend Charlie Gasparino was just with him.
Really? He says he's sharp still?
Yeah.
That's
sharp.
awesome.
He took a little video clip of him and Clint fucking around.
Clint always took good care of himself, though. He always worked out. He ate right. Matter of fact, him and Connolly were best friends, or not best friends. They were friends back in the 90s with Metrex because Clint loved the products. He even endorsed him, I think.
Wow.
Didn't Franco train him
He might have.
for a role? I think he did for a role on a
He
certain
might
movie.
have.
Yeah.
He probably
I forget
did.
the name of the movie, but I think he did train him at some point.
He was in
He
good
trained
shape in that
Stallone.
Every
He was
Which Way
fine
But
with
Loose movie.
And when he had the orangutan.
Yeah, he had a fight with his shirt off. You know, he was in really good
Right
shape.
turn, Clyde. Remember that? And fucking.
No one
Where
knows
are
what
these
we're talking
guys
about.
now? Wait. Get to Jimmy the Bull. Where are they now?
Where are you guys now? You there? We can't hear you.
Lee, Jimmy, where are you guys?
They're in a casino. Look at that.
That's definitely not Flex Lewis's.
Yeah.
No. Where are they?
Can you guys speak so we can hear you? They're like posing for pictures.
What's that?
I think. Oh, there you are. Where are you guys?
We're in Hollywood.
Oh.
At
You
the
know,
Planet Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
Oh, with Hollywood. I just texted Flex. He thinks you guys turned around and aren't coming.
Wait, so
I know.
where-
He just sent me a message. He goes, "He's coming again." I said, "No, the traffic was too bad." He's like, "John Romano said you're coming."
Oh, you're not going there. Okay.
By the time we got there, it would have been like 12 o'clock, and then I got to be back here at 2 o'clock because my other friend's going to a Dodgers game. So driving 7 hours for 2 hours just isn't worth it.
Yeah. All right. You let Flex Lewis down. That's all.
Yeah, he's very sad.
He's very upset. They could have, you know how like you ever see that movie like Road Trip, where all these trips, and people think they're going to be gone for like 12 hours, and the trip keeps getting extended and extended. I thought this was going to be like one of these trips, John, where like, you know, Jimmy changes his flight, and then they get stuck in Vegas or something like that, and then they got to extend it another like 5 days or something like that, and then all the adventures in Las Vegas. This could have been like a bachelor party movie or something like that.
Could have been another. It would be another version of Hangover.
Yeah, the
They
Hangover.
lose
that's
their
what I was
wallet.
thinking, yeah.
They lose their wallet. They lose
Right.
their rental car keys.
No,
They had
Jimmy-
to run
Jimmy-
for
Lee's got to do
wakes up-
gay for pay to make money for them, you know, that
They
kind
get
of stuff.
stuck in a gay bar somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
Jimmy wakes up and there's 2 Asian tranny hookers in the bed with him, and he can't remember anything.
John, hey,
And he gets
John.
all worried that he may have had sex with them.
Hey, John, we're in West Hollywood. Jimmy doesn't know where I'm taking him right
Okay,
now.
Jimmy, if you drop the keys, kick them
Don't pick 'em up.
kick them to Wilshire Boulevard before
Don't
you
pick 'em up.
bend down to pick them up.
Jimmy wakes up missing a tooth, John,
We're
right?
almost outside.
That's an old joke in LA. Because what happens if you're in West LA and you drop your keys? They say kick them to Wilshire Boulevard before you.
What are you guys doing there, Lee? I guess we lost him again. All right.
They're taking selfies.
Yeah, they're taking selfies. Yeah. All right. So anyway, Clint, I talked about Clint Eastwood. I also wanted to mention that. Did you hear Big Ramy has kind of implied through an interview he did that this might be his last year competing, John?
Yeah, what was that? What was that ultra sappy apology to?
Let me for people who haven't been following. I think everyone's following, but maybe you haven't. Ramy didn't show up in Pittsburgh for Mannion's show, and he was on the poster. He didn't call. So for 2 weeks, he said nothing, and then he put this sappy apology up that really didn't. He didn't really tell anyone why he didn't come. He didn't make any excuses. He kind of just apologized, and obviously, probably DJ told him, "Are you fucking crazy? You got to call. You got to do an apology." So now he did an interview and said, hey, I promised, I don't know, my kids or something like that I was going to stop bodybuilding at 38 years old. I'm 37 now. So I think this might be my last year. Now, we know how that goes, John, right? You win another Olympia and, it's kind of hard to turn down when you're the best bodybuilder in the world, 400 grand, So
And the other side of that is if he loses, he's not going to want to go out a loser. He'll come back and try to win.
But if he didn't apologize to Jim Mannion, he might be placing like 10th.
Well, even with the apology, who knows? If you don't, if you kind of like the problem is it wasn't that he missed the thing. The problem was that he didn't call and tell anyone he was missing it. I think that was the problem. It was like a disrespect thing. But Ramy's a big star in the Middle East there, John. He's like a celebrity at the level of like Brad Pitt over there.
Oh yeah, but that don't mean shit to Jimmy.
No,
you know how
We're all fucking news now.
I don't know, man. That was.
So now, Ram. So you think my question to you is: do you think? And I can ask this to Greg too. Do you think Big Ramy will retire?
Hold on, guys. I got a guest here. Hold on.
Darth Vader.
That's a dark stormtrooper.
Yeah. Don't bend over, Jimmy.
So,
Be careful,
I'm over
Jimmy.
here on the Hollywood. We're Hollywood Boulevard. We're on the Avenue of the Stars. Check it out.
You are the stars. Where's your star?
That's the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hey, Lee, you should have gotten a star on that
Oh, I'm in
walk.
the
That
walk.
would have been
I'm in
much
the-
more.
I got corrected
hated
by
over
Darth Vader. I'm in the Walk of Fame.
Stormtrooper.
He's a stormtrooper.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a mask on, John. Oh no,
They're
Mr.
gonna
King.
have to go over there and shine up
Oh,
Donald
shit
Trump's
show.
car.
Yeah.
I'm sure they fucked it up.
Too many people coming in now.
Hey! Who's that guy next to you? Lee! Yeah, baby! Hall of Famer, baby! Look at him.
You're about a half hour too late, George. We've already
No,
we've gone through all those.
What?
We've already gone through
What's that, Georgie? Georgie,
Whoa.
what's that?
Lee,
look at that.
you're actually tan. I can't believe it.
You just said you need a spray tan.
He did. I think he's been putting a tan on since the last couple of days. He's been getting
I
sun
told you,
exposure.
George,
I'm sunburned. There you go.
The Lee Zero Keto Cookie.
What is Lee doing?
He's dancing.
What is he doing?
He's doing the Irish jig. It looks like.
He's doing the jig on the Avenue.
Yeah, I
man.
just said this.
Jimmy, go find Donald Trump's star.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, see if it's still there. I think they dug it up.
They did.
Oh yeah, Billy Bob Thornton's over here. Here, hold on. Oh,
Lee,
Matt-
they should have given Lee a star on the Walk of Fame. That would have been much
is
more,
Matt Damon.
much better.
At night, that place is such a shithole right there.
Oh
Wait,
my
Michelle
God,
Pfeiffer.
it's the worst.
It's a shithole.
Me too.
That's a shithole there.
The fact that you guys know that is pretty funny.
What,
It's
at night?
ultimate
I used to go
shithole.
there every fucking.
Did you ever go to Musso and Frank's?
No. Where is that? Is it right there?
Right on Hollywood Boulevard, yeah. Famous
I know a
restaurant.
lot of. I know.
I went to Mel's Diner right there. That was the only thing I
Yeah,
went to.
Mel's Diner. There used to be this ice cream place that made their own hot fudge right there. It was
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
Why?
You know why I was there? I think there was like a schmo. There was like a female bodybuilder schmo thing they did there, right somewhere in Hollywood.
That's a nice nipple.
I'll tell you. You could put a pencil under there and it wouldn't fall down.
That's pretty bad.
Mr. G, we're all hungry over here. There's no food here. Usually you bring bagels and cookies for us on Tuesday.
You want one of these? I'm going to make a sandwich now out of the pretzel.
Oh, Spider-Man.
I
Hold on, Spider-Man just showed up. Hold on.
Where's Spider Woman?
how come
You-
Spider-Man's suit is so dark?
There's a Michael Jackson. There's a Michael Jackson guy that's there all the time.
Yeah, he's really good too.
Yeah, he's been there for like 10, 15 years too.
Can you imagine if you got to get up every morning and put on a costume, like a Spider-Man costume, go to work every day?
Depends on how much they're paying.
I'm sure it's not
there was
enough,
a
John.
Female bodybuilder out there that was dressed in like Wonder Woman.
Probably Lauren Paris, right?
And John, I think that Michael Jackson guy is white too. I think he's
Yeah,
white.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who I walked on the fucking boulevard with one time? You remember Pillow?
Yeah.
Did he die?
Hey, John. Hey,
What'd he
John and
say?
Dave.
Yeah.
Let's get annoyed.
No, it's a female bodybuilder.
So, Jimmy and I would do a special California report show when we get back.
Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Entertainment tonight. Are you guys going gay? What's going on over there?
That's what happens when you go to
They
West
spent
Hollywood.
5 fucking minutes in West LA.
They're already getting.
5 minutes, bro.
Hey,
You're in West LA.
5 minutes.
Hey, see if
they're
you
gonna
can find
go to
Eric Estrada from
Let's do a
Chips.
little
My
sightseeing.
father taught him. He was my father's student. My father got him into acting.
I know you.
Did you heard that story from my father?
Yeah,
That's a
very
great
noisy
story.
out here, Dave. We're gonna have to get back to you.
All right. Okay.
All right.
We love you. We love you from Hollywood.
That's funny. Hey,
Dave,
John.
if you noticed,
See you later.
Rami traveled to Dubai, right? But they said they stopped him from coming to America. I wonder what the reason as to why, or if it was the truth.
Probably because they knew he pissed off Jim Mannion.
Are you saying
Yeah,
they
right?
stopped? Is that what his excuse is? They couldn't leave?
They saying the government stopped them from coming to America.
Why
but
would that be?
Something to do with the military. I mean, listen, my father, he's from Syria, right? And he left the country before he served in the military. He can't go back now. If they do, they'll put him in prison. So
I don't believe that.
I don't. But the
that
thing
in
is, why
America.
would they let him?
Randy
go to
comes
Dubai?
here all the time, though. I don't believe it.
I mean, that's what he's saying. But then why would he go to Dubai? So the government let him go to Dubai,
Right.
but they didn't let him come to America. You know what I mean? So who knows what's true?
The whole thing sounds very fishy to me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
John, I can't believe that Dave asked me who Pillow was.
No, I said, is she still alive? I knew who Pillow was.
Oh, I thought you said, who is she?
No, I said I heard she's not alive anymore. Didn't she
I
die?
don't know.
Good question.
Who
I
is
haven't seen.
Pillow? I don't know who Pillow is, Greg.
No, was a female bodybuilder, but I mean, Dave knows all those girls, so I figured he would know.
Remember who was there was that
1981.
there was Pillow, Tegan Clive,
Tegan Clive.
and the other girl who died was
You're talking about Kay Baxter.
Kay Baxter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died in
Those
in a
were
car
the
accident.
original. Those were the Greg will tell you. Those were the original 3 big girls, right? David Lee Roth
now
from
it-
Van Halen used to have Tegan and Kay Baxter were his
Kay
bodyguards.
Baxter was his best friend. Was
Oh,
one
really?
of David Lee Roth's best friends.
And they were his
Yeah.
bodyguards.
Hang out with
He
Kay
did a
Baxter.
video with them, girls from California,
Yeah.
when he did.
Well, that was
He used to
Tegan.
go out. I've seen David Lee Roth throw a fart on me once. It was fucking-
How come everyone farts on you?
Hey, is his
No,
number
only
in
he
your cell
fired.
phone, Greg?
What's that?
Is his phone number in your cell phone?
No, it's
He did stay at Greg's house, though.
He did stay at my
Back
house.
in the
He go
80s,
to-
yeah.
Nah, he didn't stay at my. But he's a good guy. But he's crazy. He used to be a bodybuilding groupie, and he was always around. But I think he liked the girls. And John's
He was a mixed martial art guy.
He was a schmuck.
Pillow is still alive, and she's 66
Oh,
years old.
I'm glad to hear that. I don't know why I thought she
Show
was.
a picture.
he was a character.
John, put a picture up.
Picture.
Put a picture of Pillow up. See if you can find female bodybuilder Pillow.
Like pillow, like
Pillow, like the pillow. Yeah, like a pillow.
Dude, I was 1981 is when I walked that fucking boulevard with her. 81.
Now, how did you meet her, Greg?
I trained every day in the Gold's Gym.
Oh, so you just became friends with her?
I was there in 81. Dude, the pictures of me and Samir. Samir didn't win the Olympia. He was just hoping to win the Olympia one day.
Right.
Her real name is Teresa Bell.
Yeah, she's from Canada.
Right.
Where'd the name
She
Pillow come
lives in
from?
Alaska. She was a stripper in Alaska for like 100
Yeah, she was a
years.
Oh, really?
stripper. Right, she was a stripper.
Why was her name Pillow? Where'd that come from?
That was her stripper name, wasn't it?
I think it was her stripper name. Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? When you have just a name, like your pillow, I mean, that's your name. It's like Madonna or whatever. Everybody knows who you are.
Oh, this
Yeah, there she is.
What happened to her now? She died?
No, she's alive.
No,
She's
she's
older.
66. Yeah. But so there was her, Tegan Clive, and Kay Baxter.
No one was that big, John. That's the novelty of it. They
Hey, you
were
know who else
huge.
was?
Right.
I'll give a second nod to Laura Combs, who was pretty fucking jacked too. Remember Laura
Yeah.
Combs?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Laura Combs was pretty built.
Oracle. And but a little bit later on, but still behemoth was Laura Vukov.
Oh, yeah,
Laura
she was
Vukov,
huge.
yeah.
She was huge too. Didn't she train at Bob Bottom's gym?
Yep.
Yeah, that was he was
How
good.
do you
for
spell
her.
rude cock?
Well, and speaking of Bob Button, in the city, what's her name? The wrestler. She was the big.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Nicole Bass.
Nicole Bass. Yeah.
You're talking about her husband Bob Fuchs. Dude, when Bob Fuchs died, Nicole Bass was never the same.
No.
She died soon thereafter.
Yeah,
He
she
was
died
there
not too long
everywhere with
ago.
her. He used to walk around with that photo album of her.
I think that's my house.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
can
house.
very
That
well-
picture, guys. That's my house. That picture.
It is.
Greg, did you sleep
Holy
with these
shit!
girls?
That's the,
I was
Yeah,
helping her for a
bodybuilding
while
girls.
for one of her shows.
yeah, that's her.
That's
Nicole
creepy.
Bass.
Dave, that almost
kinda
looks like you
creepy.
with a wig and a
It's kind of
bikini.
creepy. It's my living room.
And it's like on the article.
Well, her and
It's
Bob
like
used to
that.
come over all the time, and then I was doing her diet, and she would just.
They were
would.
very close.
I was
There's
friends with
another
them.
one. There's
Yeah.
another one at your house.
There's another
Didn't
one.
she end up doing porn, or was that China?
No, she didn't do
It was
porn.
China.
That was
China.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, did you sleep?
Nicole was a good girl.
No,
She just
no,
had
no,
a
I
lot
didn't
of problems. That's all.
No,
What did she
Where'd
die
you
too? What did
I
she
don't-
die of?
Well,
I think heart
that
attack.
is not my thing. You know what
She
I mean?
wasn't.
You
She
don't-
wasn't
you don't
taking
I
like
care
was
of
that,
friends
herself.
right?
with all these girls, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I knew him from the gym and everything. I didn't fuck around with Pillow though. I
They
didn't
had
fuck
no
around
money
with-
too.
We just were on the boulevard together. You know, because we're friends. I used to take the bus to Gold's Gym when I didn't always live in Venice. You know, Santa Monica actually. I had to take a bus there from Long Beach. And sometimes she'd be on a bus with me, so we'd sit and bullshit, and then we go in the gym. So that's how I wasn't fucking that though. No way.
I of those three we mentioned, I will say that I do biblically know one of them.
Oh, you.
Which one do you both know?
What's biblically mean?
I'm not,
Which one, John? You gotta tell. You can't give us that and then fucking.
I'm not
lie.
telling you.
You gotta tell. Come on.
John, what does biblically mean?
The biblical
We'll
sense.
tell you when you're older.
Yeah. You haven't eaten the apple yet, George. You don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Those were the days though. That
I'll
was
say.
The girls were
I mean, in like
She was 6 foot
1983,
tall.
well, in like 1982, 3, whatever, you lay your eyes on one of them, it's like, what the fuck? I never saw anything like that before.
It was a
Oh,
novelty.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's different in real life. The most of us, because Venice was, the bodybuilding community was so tight. It was so small.
John, nowadays when you see someone like that, it's actually a guy who's actually pretending to be a
Now,
girl. Now.
today,
Yeah.
yeah. But see, back then, Joe Gold, he didn't even have a women's locker room in the fucking gym. It was,
Yeah.
he eventually had after Rachel joined, she had to make a corner, like he walled it off, and that
You know
was.
what I thought, John? You know what I thought was really cute? I used to see her all the time. I almost caught a little piece of scene of her bush. Was Lisa Lyons? Lisa Lyons was in
Oh,
there
wow.
every fucking day.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the Barbarian brothers would say shit like, "Oh, Tweety Bird," like this because
she was in Pumping
What would they say there?
Pumping Iron too.
she had skinny legs, like she was skinny,
Tweety Bird.
she was built tight. But she'd wear back then everybody wore the high shorts, even the guys. They wore the fucking
Oh,
high
yeah.
shorts and shit.
Onion shorts. The onion shorts.
And see, she'd lay on a bench, and she'd have no underwear on. You could see right through the fucking leg. And the Barbarian brothers would be like, "Tweety Bird," like saying all kinds of shit. And I would laugh my fucking ass off,
The funny thing about those
They
guys.
yell like this.
Oh my God! And you know who else used to be there? John, did you ever see the old lady she became an old lady, but the girl in the book Pumping Iron that was topless, that sat on Schwarzenegger's fucking. I used to see her. Dude, she was a beast. She was an old lady.
The rope.
The one with the saggy tits.
The one Joe Gold used to call a rope.
What they call a rope.
Because she looked like a piece. She was all dried out. She looked like a piece.
Oh,
of
she was horrible. She's an old lady. It's the girl.
Yeah.
If you look at Pumping Iron, the book Pumping Iron, not the movie, Arnold has a picture of a topless chick on his fucking shoulders.
Yeah.
And she has these fucking tits. Dude, she was in the gym all the time. And she was just like a gym hag.
Yeah.
I think she just wanted to fuck body. But she was an old, when I was there in like 81, 82, 83, she was an old lady. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, man. She was fucking, but Lisa Lyons wasn't bad. She was kind of cute.
Yeah, she was, but I mean, she was like the Rachel McGlish tiny.
Yeah, she was like I felt like
the
Lisa
Kay
Lyons-
Baxter,
There she
Tegan
is.
Clive, what's her name, Pillow. They were a whole new breed. That's where they all came from. Was it after that? It was.
They were
them.
all strippers before this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think Kay and Tegan were strippers, were they?
I thought Tegan was a stripper.
Was she? She might have
I
been.
think, I don't know, she was crazy.
I don't think so. She was an interesting woman.
She looked like Gladys Portuguese a little bit.
She had that kind of look, but don't ever talk about Gladys.
Rachel, Gladys, Lisa Line, they were in that, like, I mean, they couldn't win a bikini contest today.
No.
Oh, yeah. Remember Lori Bowen Rice? She was cute.
Isn't
too,
it funny
Lori
how
Bowen.
everyone had that flash dance look? The girl from Flashdance?
Yeah.
They all look
Jenny
the same. Like,
Fields.
yeah, they all look like her. That was the look,
They had those socks that they rolled up on the top,
The leg warmers.
Expanded.
Yeah, the leg warmers.
Hey,
I
she
think
grew
we used
up
to call them wigwams.
I like how they used to wear the tights first and then the thong on after the tights.
Yes. I don't know who made that up. Yeah.
Dave,
I don't know, but I used to love that, man.
The sweatshirts cut up to here, like up to here with the sleeves cut off.
Oh, the short shorts, yeah.
Dave, Carlin Coker grew up, was really close with Jennifer Beals' brother Bobby, and and his sister hung out with Jennifer Beals. So I told him one time when that movie first came out, I was in love with Jennifer Beals, right? So I told Carlin, I told him, listen, do me a favor, tell Jenny Beals that I would live in the bathroom a week just to smell one of her farts. And he was on the phone with her brother Bobby, and her brother Bobby told her, and she told that, you tell that guy he's sick. If he ever comes around, I'll have him arrested. Coker, man, Dr. Coker, Carlin Coker, he's fucking crazy.
What's he doing these days?
Oh, he's still a doctor. He's a doctor with all these like celebrities and movie stars.
I remember sitting down here with him, Bleckman, and me. I got there. They had already been talking, and I got there later. And they're going over this study that Bleckman wants them to do, right? And he's getting but some product and everything. So they're all done with that. And he says, all right. And then Coker goes, so how do you want the results to come out?
Do you know what that is? That's a fucking, because Carlin and I were very, close growing up. He originally came from Chicago. That's where, what's her name, lived, Beals. And then when he was a young teenager, he moved here where I live. And then, but the thing is, that was a supplement that him and I were actually working on.
Blackman tried to steal it. Yeah.
Yes. Remember that one freaking huge...
totally freaking huge pump.
Right. Yeah. That was us, our pump system. That was Carlin Coker and I, and that's why he was probably talking to him.
Steve tried to steal it and put Lee Priest. He was going to use Lee Priest, right?
And you know what? Bleckman had Per Burnell shoot the whole thing with Lee. All the labels, the hours and hours and hours of work. And it amounted to what?
How come we never launched it, John?
I don't want to upset my advertisers.
Oh, really?
No, it was Wine and Carl's. Carlin and I came out with that. We brought it to him. We were gonna partner on it.
Right.
And I don't know.
Well, Dave will attest to how a partnership goes with Blackman.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do it. He asked me to be my partner too. I said no.
Well, Carlin's still doing the same thing. He works with a lot of the UFC guys too.
He's a doctor. He's probably doing.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
He wrote a great book about sex pills.
Oh, dude, he used to tell me. He's the one, John. He used to swear to me. He used to say to me, "You want to live a long life? Masturbate." He used to say, "You gotta ejaculate every day. If you don't ejaculate every day, you have to keep the body believing that you're gonna have children and all this other shit." And so I've been masturbating every day because of that.
That's awesome. And it's working. You're still alive.
Thank you, doctor.
It's working.
Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you what. I could fucking spakim twice a day.
Spakim.
Where does he get these words, John?
I never heard that fucking thing.
I can spakim twice a day.
What's the word for what you spakim?
Is that an Italian word for real?
I don't know. It's like slang Italian.
Okay.
I can fucking get that shit. You know what I mean? You have no idea. So,
I think Mr. G needs some spakim in his cookies over there.
Spakim. Yeah, I got a spakim right in fucking like that. And there it goes.
But what's that word you use for the thing that the spakim comes out of?
Jajol?
No, because what a... Greg uses
it all the time. You mean Pisha Legal like that?
Oh, yeah. The Pisha, yeah. What is it? Say it again.
Pisha Legal. You think of fucking, it's all slang bullshit, It's all slang Italian. I mean, she grabbed me by my fucking
just like Jewish people use Yiddish.
Yeah. Right. Except the Yiddish is real words. Yeah. That's the difference.
In Yiddish, it's a schmeckel.
No, Blackman's got a schmeckel.
It sounds like a fish. I caught a schmeckel.
I think a schmeckel is a small penis, John.
Well, I gotta elaborate. There's a schmeckel and there's a schwanz. There's two different things. Schmeckel is like Steve Blackman. Yeah. Schwanz is Derek Anthony.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you say my like I spakim, I fucking, my pisha legan is fucking coming. You can figure that out. People don't even know what that word means. You're talking about your dick. You know what I mean? They know. It's just like if you say the word Joe, this guy's like Joe Matarazzo over here. He's over here, they know,
John Bravo, you got fucking Greg Valentino's he's a documentary waiting to happen. I can't believe you haven't even done it yet.
That's why people people like when I always say the Momo. Yeah, it's a fucking Momo. I didn't make that word up. That's another.
But you know what's interesting though?
He's a
You know
mama.
but what's interesting is that you could be an Italian off the boat. You landed on the Ellis Island. You went to either Brooklyn, Queens, or Manhattan. Somehow, like those words, they didn't translate to Queens. And then if you're in Brooklyn, it's another word. And then it's like gravy and sauce. I mean, who uses?
Oh, dude, gravy right here, gravy.
Gravy from my house.
But you know what though?
Sauce for me. So it depends on where you're from. Yeah.
But John, what about this though? They would Italian guys when it first came over, right, on the boat and everything. Like my grandfather, they couldn't say like things like because back in the old days they had an outhouse, right? So they called the bathroom the bug house. I got to go to the bug house, meaning the back of the house. You know what I mean? Right? Oh, he's got to go to the bug house.
And once you went past, you got you got your citizenship. You were a Mitigan.
Mitigan.
I'm a Mitigan.
But see, right? But they don't realize they mean American, right? Because of the way you put the spin on.
But like my grandma. So a lot of guys, when they got something, they say minka, right? And then my grandma, she said manaja. So it was meant the same exact fucking thing, but it's like one's one and one's the other.
What does it mean?
It means like fuck, it's like
my mother used to say manage.
Yeah, I guess.
Manage, like that.
My father was always fungu. My father. You know what? I realize now why my father would curse in Italian, because he didn't speak Italian, because he didn't want to curse in front of us. But I knew what it meant, because if my father stubbed his toe, he'd be like, "Oh, fungu,"
He was basically saying, "Oh, fuck."
Fuck yeah. Because I catch myself. I bang my foot. I'm like yelling, and I realize, holy, I can't say that. I got kids around, Because my son repeats everything.
My father used to always say, like, when he'd go to the bathroom when I was a kid, he said, "Geez, I gotta go to the bug house." You know what I mean? And I always thought, like, I had this Italian friend. I said, "I know how to say bathroom. It's a bug house, right?" And he goes, "What? That's not how you say bathroom." I thought, wait a minute, for sure. Are you serious? Like, they didn't even like agita. They didn't even know that's not a real word. Like to Italians, like from Italy, they're like, That's not real. That's not a real word. What are you talking about? What's agita? You know what I mean?
Agita is not a word?
No.
It just
depends. But like we're trying to say, it depends, because agita is, it's indigestion. You get something, but in another place, it's going to be something else, So
yeah, right.
So it's like, I don't know how these words, develop.
Because they, John, you put it perfect though when you said, America. You know what I mean? Like, it's because they didn't know how to speak right, so they would make up their own word. Like when they called it gravy, not all Italians did. It's very big.
Right.
Some from the Bronx, it's because they didn't know you put gravy on meat, so the gravy, whatever you put on spaghetti's got to be gravy. We didn't call it spaghetti or pasta. I never heard of that word. We used to call it macaroni.
Macaroni. Everything was macaroni with my grandmother.
Yeah, but that's another good example. That's another good example, because pasta is all of it.
Yeah.
In my family, pasta's all of it. Macaroni is, the pieces, fusilli, orecchiette, whatever. The spaghetti, linguine, angel hair, whatever, that's spaghetti.
Right.
The long one. So the long one's spaghetti, the pieces, they're macaroni. So, and that's actually what macaroni means.
Yeah.
So, but there's words, like Greg said, it's not in the language. Like my father he would get frustrated with me, and he'd say, "Oofa," like that's not a word,
No, it's not.
But if you're from his town, or if you're his mother's town, everybody knows it. It's the funniest thing.
It's all made up shit.
All made up.
You know your name. They say that fucking, Joe Materazzi standing right over there. You think, hey, Joe, it's not the guy's name. The guy's name could be Ralph or something. But you know how it is. Any Joe Materazzi and his brother could come in here, like that. It's like it's slang, So, but I grew up around that. So, I always thought. I told my friend, I know how to say, I can't speak any Italian, but I know this bad shit. But I told my friend bughouse, right? That's how you say bathroom. He's like, fucking. It's because of the way they came in. They would say words, and I got to go to the bathroom in the bug house, meaning in the back of the house.
Right.
It was all crazy shit. But anyway,
what is the equivalent in Lebanon? John?
For which word?
For like curses. Like what do people say when they curse? Like your family when they would curse in the house.
Listen, my favorite word is sharmuta. You guys have heard of sharmuta?
I know.
I know Greg has. Greg knows because your girlfriend's
obsessed with Lebanese and culture and
what do you say? Say it again.
Sharmuta. Sharmuta means whore in Arabic, right?
Like
but listen, you want to hear a funny story? Let me tell you. All the girlfriends I've ever had, right? I tell them, "Oh my God, you're beautiful, Sharmuta," right? I fuck with them,
Yeah.
And they think you know why? Because they go, "John, tell me something in Arabic," right? So I'm like, "You're beautiful, Sharmuta." They're like, "Oh my God, that sounds so sexy," right? They don't know I'm fucking with them, right? So listen.
You're basically calling them a sexy whore, basically.
Yeah. So listen, while we're fucking, they're like, "John, say that shit to me." I said, "No problem, Sharmuta." You know, while we're fucking, right? Then eventually, I tell them it means whore, and they get so pissed at me, like, "I can't believe you called me whore," all this shit, right? And then call me it again, John. It's they end up loving it, even though they find out it means whore. They're like, "Call it to me again."
It just sounds.
John, you should have lied to them. You should have said, "You don't understand."
Means beautiful
in the
woman.
Lebanese culture, when you call a woman a whore, it's like a beautiful thing. Like you're a whore, meaning like you're so good in bed, you're so sexy, you're so like. Twist. You should lie to them and twist that shit.
Because you're my whore.
Is it true? Is it true when you give a thumbs up in the Middle East, it means fuck you? Is that true?
No, that I've never heard before. But the thing is, like, if you go to actually those countries and say those words, they get offended. Like I did a video where I dressed as an Arab, right?
Yeah.
And I went to the stores and I said, "I'm looking for a sharmuta. Where are they?" To all the American people, right? And they didn't know what I was saying, but they kind of figured out it meant something bad. So I go up to the woman in the aisles and I'm like, "How you doing, Sharmuta? I want to marry you. Would you marry me?" And I do an Arabic accent and everything. I end up getting kicked out of the store. But I made a whole video on this. It's on YouTube. People love it.
That's funny.
funny. By the way, did you know that going like this in the old Roman days actually meant kill him?
Kill him,
really?
Let him live.
In the Colosseum.
Oh yeah, I remember from Gladiator.
Send him to God.
The audience and ultimately would be the king who would determine.
I'm the emperor.
When you saw them go like this, it meant put the weapon down, let him live. When he went like this, it meant send him to God. So in the movies, they have it backwards. That's okay.
I got you. Interesting.
So whenever you see in the movies and they show the gladiator and the king goes like this, it means you think, "Oh, let him live," you know?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, not to mention any names, I gotta add something. I called somebody a sharmuta, somebody who used to be on this show, and I called somebody who was related to that person, and he wasn't really happy about it.
I think I know who you're talking about. I've been watching this series on Apple TV, Tehran. It's about Tehran. It's kind of like the what's that show? A home what's the were they
Home Improvement?
No.
Wait, Dave, before you say anything.
Homeland. It's like Homeland.
Wait, Dave, before you say anything, only when a girl goes down on me now, I call him a sharmuta because I learned it from a video that I made a long time ago. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Okay. Anyway, I've been watching Tehran, and it takes place in Iran, and so all these different cultural things that I'm picking up from the show. So that's why I'm asking that, because supposedly the girl gave the thumbs up to some military guy, and they almost killed her because it's supposed to mean fuck you. Like at least that's
somewhere it does. I don't know exactly where, but somewhere it does.
Well, you know what's crazy still till this day? If you have a wife or a daughter, right? I've heard many of these stories. Like say the daughter has sex before marriage, or she cheats on the husband can go kill her.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, I know about that.
Yeah,
they
don't.
Even if he talks,
women have very few rights in those countries. Yeah.
Or like a non. You know what I mean?
Like I can't believe till this day it still exists like that.
Disrespecting the family.
Yeah.
That's
like if the girl.
It's like the brother's job. You got it now. You better take her out. You know what I mean?
Have you guys heard the stories when the person gets married? They take the sheets and they hang them up to see that they were a virgin.
Oh, really?
Heard that? Oh, you guys haven't heard that? Yeah, they take the sheets, they hang them up to show the girl.
Hopefully, the girl wasn't a horseback rider before that, because she might get killed.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
Or she didn't use a dildo or a finger.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. But imagine you ride a horse.
I remember they don't want the woman to use tampons when they get the period because they don't want to make them get their pop their cherry prior to getting married. So
I don't understand. John, answer me this: how come the girls out there when they got to wear the hijab, right? You know, the thing, right? It's so that they don't look sexy, hide the hair and all that stuff, but they can put fucking makeup and lipstick and shit on. I don't
it's strange, but you know what? It's not as bad as the Hasidic Jews. You know, you guys have heard the stories about the Hasidic Jews, what they do, right? I know John's shaking his head. You know about that, right?
Oh yeah.
What, the hole in the sheet type thing?
Oh yeah, the hole in the sheet. Yeah.
First, the sex between the sheets, okay, and then when they get married, the women have to shave their head and put a wig on because the man is not supposed to be attracted to the wife. They're supposed to only have sex for reproduction only.
Right. What a crazy.
You can't see them naked. You can't have any carnal thoughts about your wife. But the sheet with the hole, I saw one hanging up on a laundry one time. I go, it's fucking, because everybody say it's not true. It's not true. Bull fucking shit. I saw the thing, and it was. And it's
whose sheet did you see hanging up?
But you know what the craziest shit is? I remember Greg, I talked to you about that place TNA's in Muncie, that strip club, right? If you go in there, you see all the Hasidic guys, all their perverts. You've seen it too, right, Greg?
I go down in the strip clubs and fucking, I worked in a gay bar. They'd be in there. And he'd be wearing a hat, a baseball hat, and underneath be the yarmulke and shit. They tuck the up.
I knew a guy who had a deli. He used to tell me that the Hasidics would sneak around the back on Saturdays when they're supposed to not be doing anything to get like ham and salami and all that stuff. They're not supposed to be eating. They'd be eating it in the back like a bunch of fucking drug addicts.
Oh yeah, I've seen them sneak cheese. They're not supposed to eat cheese. He's not supposed to eat dairy.
Right.
So and I was when Gaspari had his office in New Jersey. It was in a heavy Hasidic neighborhood, and I was driving, you know, with the rental car. I'm just going back and forth past this park, and there's all these cars, and you see these rabbis, these Jewish. They ended up being the girl told me the story. The rabbis, and you can see they're getting a little, kepi down there, right? So I go, and the second Richie's assistant was Jewish, and I said, "What's with all the yarmulkes, you know, in the car, getting a BJ?" And she goes, "Oh, that's common around here because when the wife is on her period, the man is allowed to have sex outside the marriage, and she has to actually bring her underwear to the rabbi after she's off her period for him to verify that she's good to go."
Oh my god!
And then the husband doesn't have to bang.
What crazy rituals are out there? Holy
shit!
Wait, you guys know? Wait! Before you say anything, you guys know what the rabbis use for chewing gum, right?
What?
The fucking
the foreskin. The foreskin.
Circumcision. I don't know if that's true, but
dude, my parents. Listen, I told you guys we owned the Jewish deli. They would sometimes rent out the entire dining room for the bris. I couldn't go inside, dude. I couldn't see it, man. It's like I felt so bad for the baby, you know what I mean? But that's the customs, you know. I'm not making fun, but it's still crazy that it still happens today. Like non-sterile, you know what I mean? They're cutting the poor babies.
They cut with nothing. They just put this clamp on. They slice it off with the razor blade. They don't put any fucking Novocaine on.
And there's no doctor in there. There's nothing.
Oh,
yeah.
But
you know what? Those moils, they're called moils. Those guys are actually probably more skilled than surgeons. They've probably done more of these circumcisions than probably anyone in the hospital has.
Probably because they do 5-6 a day.
Yeah, they do it, and they make big money doing that too, John.
Johnny, did you guys keep the foreskins, mix it with some mayo, and sell it?
All right, enough. Don't ruin. I want to, before we go, I want to give a congratulations to Tom Stoltman, who won the World's Strongest Man. We have a picture of that.
Yeah. Cool.
Actually, him and his brother were in the World's Strongest Man. Luke, I think, was 7th or 8th. It's amazing, these guys. You know, I mean. Think about it. Just a couple years ago, Brian Shaw was destroying these guys. Now they're beating him. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Where's Derek Poundstone these days?
Oh, he's well retired, John. He's an old
Dave,
guy.
what was that whole controversy with the World's Strongest Man?
Supposedly, there's a qualification series, the Giants Live, it's called, and supposedly they were told if they participated in it that they would have an easier time at World's Strongest Man because there's qualifying rounds for World's Strongest Man, and supposedly they catered there's a voice text message or something like that said that these guys would get events that they were good at if they would help promote that Giants Live, and that they would have an easier time at World's Strongest Man, and that's why they did so well, the brother and him. Who knows if it's true or not. I mean, I know the voicemail was true, but whether it was really, whether they really were given preferential treatment and allowed to miss certain events and get buys on certain rounds. I don't know if that's really the truth or not, or if that's going to add an asterisk to the win. But
so it's kind of like going to the Pittsburgh Pro.
No, in other words, supposedly like it was some kind of a business arrangement that would make it easier for them to qualify and get through the rounds, because supposedly they don't know what's, you never know what events. They're supposed to be, quote, random events that they pick. But some guys are better or worse at different events, which makes sense, right? Some guys are stronger, some guys are taller, so supposedly they got preferential treatment. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but he did win the World's Strongest Man, and that's really all that matters.
Numbers don't lie.
No.
Dude, Brian Shaw was so fucking big. Me and Rodney Roller I was standing on one chair, and Rodney Roller was standing on another chair. I think he was still taller. He's like 6'10" or something like that.
Brian Shaw and Hapthor Bjornsson, who's taller than Brian, stood next to me. I looked like I was 5 years old compared to them. They were so big and so tall. It was unbelievable,
Didn't he play Mountain on
Game of Thrones? Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's a good guy. They're both really good guys, actually.
He just boxed. That boxing match was cool.
Yeah. I took Brian Shaw out to eat years ago at the Arnold Classic one year. This was before he was a big name. He was just on his way up. This guy ate like 3 fucking entrees. I've never seen anyone eat that much food before. They were these guys eat, believe me. That's why they're so big. I mean, he was like 460 pounds, like 6'8" or something like that. I mean,
it's like Mark Henry. Yeah. You ever fucking shake hands with Mark Henry?
He's got like a bear's claw. Yeah,
it's like grabbing a bunch of bananas.
His hand is this big. We went to a strip club with him. And he fucking, dude, he likes the, he like the ugliest girls. So 10 girls come out and there's always one fat, ugly one. And he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, look at that one. He goes, no, not that one, that one. I'm like, that one right there? Fucking, holy shit.
Listen, those are the best friends to have, because then you don't compete over the same.
He likes the girl on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, the girls on Sports Illustrated, this was.
No, I mean, that's what he's attracted to.
Greg's saying the girl in Sports Illustrated was a beauty queen compared to what he liked.
Was a beauty queen compared. This was like a busted fucking ghetto, fucking tattoos on her, all fat. She probably had 10 kids with the fucking stretch marks.
Mark's a great guy. Mark
is a great guy. I love Mark.
We went behind at the Arnold on one of those big cranes that they put you up behind. With who's the guy that runs the whole thing?
Jim Lorimer.
Yeah. Loma took us up on that.
Yeah, he took us up on the elevator. Yeah.
He was on it with us.
No, I know. You remember when Jim Lorimer used to like to take you up on the elevator behind the stage?
That was the whole expo. If you got a ride up under that lift thing, you were I got a ride. You did.
I did. George and his brother were too with us. Yeah.
But Jim was like, that was his thing. He took in the golf cart over there. You park at the bottom of it. And you're getting a ride to the top by Jim Lorimer. That's like the biggest.
Yeah.
That's my son runs that shit.
I thought George was going to jump off the thing, to be honest with you, onto the stage below. Anyway, all right, I got to wrap this up, guys. Great show. Lee Priest, congratulations on that award, going into the last man to be inducted into the Hall of Fame at the world famous Muscle Beach. Johnny Bravo, thanks for joining us and filling us in on all the Arabic culture. And Greg, thank you for filling us in on all the Italian culture, you and John. And Mr. G, we want you back in the studio next week. We miss your cookies and your bagels. Mr. G's ProteinSnacks.com. Check him out. He's fully loaded. Are you cooking yourself this week? Is that what the problem is?
Yeah, my son. Yes, my son went to New York for a week, so he does all the baking and measuring. I make the dough.
So you must be working overtime then over there, huh?
Yeah, well, pretty much like 17. Like you, 17. I mean, I work 17 hours a day as it is.
All right, that's what it takes.
And listen, guys. Before we go next week, I know you guys probably have great stories on the old 42nd Street. Remember how 42nd Street was back in the day? I want to hear that shit because most people, they don't know about 42nd Street.
I got some stories.
I know you guys do.
It's a good Broadway song.
8th Avenue. Now you're talking my shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a star on 8th Avenue. You know what I mean?
40 seconds between 7th and 8th.
Save it for next week. For now, we are out of time. Guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
God loves you, baby.
Bye, guys.
Get out of here.